Like
Just throw this out there.
There's been a 7-month process of George trying to buy out the Neoning cards.
I won't give up. I won't give up.
Meanwhile,
no. Whoa. Welcome to MTZBWY with you, America's most moldy TCG podcast. I'm, of course, joined by the Michelob man himself, the defender of the 1%, Josh.
There you go. There we go. But last time wasn't in a can and you were going to crash it on your head?
No.
Oh, that would have been great.
That water tastes so good. I am also joined by the man who the mouse loves to hate, Louis DeGeorge.
I love it. Welcome back, everyone. KitchenTableTCG, joined by George from Compete Sport, one of the Carolina's best LGSs. I still don't know which Carolina he's in.
The best Carolina.
We're so stoked that you're here today. Thank you for watching the podcast and being around with us. Thank you for commenting and being involved in the comment section and letting us have it. We got some good feedback last week that we all read. I'm sure George was part of it. And we'll try to apply.
What was the feedback?
We got good feedback on how to be better podcasters. It was great.
I don't need that.
Josh and I talked about it. You will just continue to do whatever you do. So
yeah, that's like 100% accurate. 100% accurate.
What did we talk about?
I know. So we are going to be talking about lots of things today. 3 Magic topics, and then some of the other new TCGs as well.
Including Pokemon, one of the newer TCGs.
Yeah.
Continue.
We're going to talk about the Secret Lair 30th that just went out yesterday. For you guys, it's Friday, but we're going to talk about Brothers War. Josh is going to tell us all the good cards. We're talking about the Magic 30th event that none of us were at. We're going to then do a first look at a new TCG called Rise that sent us some packs to show off. Super excited. We're going to give away some packs too. I didn't tell you guys this. We're going to give away at least a pack to a viewer, and then I'm going to give away some stuff, some patrons. Charizard UPCs. We're going to talk about Cryptic and the release. And then we're going to talk about the Salem event for MetaZoo and some other things. So let's hop right in. Did you guys get any secret layers for the 30th event, 30th anniversary?
I did, solely based on your guarantee that there would be Magic 30 packs in the box.
Stop it. It was not a guarantee.
I'm sending you my bill if they're not in there.
I hold true that there's going to be something connected to those packs in the event.
Well, that could be true. That's not at all what you said. That's not at all what you said.
One of the comments, the best comment on that video was, "There's no way they do that because then the people who spend $250 will be salty that they don't." So my new take, revised edition. The revised take.
I bought 30 of them on your old take.
I said not to do that in the video, for the record.
I didn't watch your video.
That's not my fault. That's not my fault.
Well, I would say if you made better content, I would watch it. So it kind of is your fault.
That's fair. But my new take is that there will be like one card in each.
I think that's accurate.
When you open each of the 30 packs, there will be one card, which is actually 2. That's actually 2 of the booster packs. So I don't know. It's interesting. Anyway, how did it go for you guys? Did you guys get some?
3-0, baby, all in.
Oh, you're that guy.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Well, aren't you both that guy? Didn't you get a metric boatload?
No. So I have 3 different orders. Does that count? One of my orders didn't go through, and then I got a confirmation later for 4. That was my wife's. I was literally picking up my daughter at preschool, and I was on my phone like preschool picks up at noon, and that's what time the secret layer went out. So I was like on my phone.
Dead of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up getting 1 on one order. That's like the order that I wanted to go through. And then she ended up getting 4. I have another order that got 10 that I got for the store. After I got through the other orders, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to get some for my store. So I'm going to have them at 150 for the store.
Yeah, you guys are the reason. You guys, I wanted 1.
Louis,
I wanted 1.
We are not
I wanted
the reason.
1. I wanted 1, and I got none.
Do not blame Wizards of the Coast downfall on me and George.
What? Okay. All right. I'm glad you said that. I just want to point. Okay. All right. I'll go into it. I want to point out this absolute nonsense discussion about how everybody hates Wizards all of a sudden. It's over. The rise of whatever new TCG you love is here, and Wizards is dead, and they sell out of $150 packs in 10 seconds. People ain't that mad, apparently. When a company makes me mad, you know what I don't do? Give them all my money. I don't buy $150 products of cardboard from companies I hate.
Yeah.
I won't do it. So, like, where's all this anger I've heard about? Where is this moral outrage that I have heard nothing of? I've heard nothing but this about from all the YouTubers. They're all angry. All these consumers are rioting.
Yes, Josh.
Where's the riot? I missed it.
Yes, Josh.
What if they only printed like 1,000 packs?
So the rumor is
what if there's only like 1,000 products?
The rumor that I'm hearing is that there was 35,000 secret layers.
That's not that many.
It's not that many. I mean, it's a lot to sell in a minute.
They sold out in an hour.
No, it
was significantly less than an hour.
So
I finished changing a diaper and tried to place an order, and I was rejected.
Yeah,
you had kids. You lost.
So one of the scenarios, I was in line at 9:01, and then when I went to check out, I couldn't check out. Then I had like two browsers open. The browser that I got in right at 9.
What kind of bot were you using?
I was using literally my iPhone, standing in line waiting to pick up my kid. So no bots. I just had Google Chrome on one browser and Firefox on the other, or maybe Safari on one of them.
What, the 1990s? Were you like looking for the drop in the 1990s?
What are you talking about?
In our personal conversation, we're going to talk about why you feel the need for multiple browsers, and I think all the viewers can guess.
No, it's Google Chrome. Can you even get rid of Safari on your phone? I use Google Chrome, but whenever you click a link, it opens in Safari.
I think that's true. A new iPhone user, I think that's true.
Yeah.
Unless you set Chrome as the default browser. Then
I don't know how to do that. So, I don't think a lot of people are talking about like the lack of limit. I don't think the lack of limit was that big of a deal. I did a poll, and 56% of the people who answered the poll as of the viewing of this thing said that they weren't able to get any. And then the next tier, I think, was like, anyway, I don't remember exact numbers. I can pull them up, but while you guys are talking, my response to this, but the next tier was 1. People got 1 to 2, and then it was 3, and then like very few people got 30 or like 15 or more.
That's you.
But I'm saying like the demand for people, the amount of people who want that is small.
Like, I thought we were all angry at Wizards and we weren't going to buy their products anymore. What happened?
I never said I wasn't going to buy their products. I was just saying I was angry at Wizards. I think that they suck. Like, I don't know. I never said I wasn't going to buy their products.
I don't know. This product seems super sweet. The idea of an advent calendar where you get to open kind of cards, maybe leading up to the holiday season or leading up to some anniversary, or I mean, you don't have to use it that way. It's just 30 packs. You can open them however you see fit. I mean, I think there's going to be a ton of people that make daily content around.
I love how little George knows about this and about what he spent.
He just wrote the check.
Well, he spent $4,500 on. Yeah, George.
Wait, is it really 30 packs in a single box?
30 packs, 1 card each pack, and there's nothing special on them. And random foils, I think it's like 9 or 10 foils per kit.
No, I'm hyped. Yeah. Now I'm hyped.
So here's the actual statistics.
Now I'm hyped.
54% said no, they sold out. Rabble. 19% said I just got 1. 18% said they got 2 to 5. 2% said 6 to 10, and 7% said I got more than 10.
So I want to give Dr. Louie a big shout out here.
This is going to be great.
I completely forgot about the drop until he ignored my phone call so rudely. Instead, I'm waiting for the Wizards drop, and I immediately left the line at Taco Bell. This is true. Went home and ordered the product.
There you go.
That is a 100% true story. So thank you, Louie. You're the reason I was able to get some.
So what's your advice to people who didn't get them?
FOMO in. No price is too high.
You're the worst. That's legitimately your advice?
No, don't do that. That's stupid.
Okay.
No, absolutely do not do that. I suspect a lot of people got these to flip. I would wait until people started to receive them. I think prices will retrace. That's my gut. Unless, here's the risk. If Louis is right, and you're going to get a $250 pack in every single box.
Or a pack isn't worth $250.
A pack's not worth $250.
Maybe, maybe.
We'll talk about that in a minute, because you guys are bonkers. like then the boxers can go to the moon. I don't think Louis is right. That's always been my base assumption on every topic, and that will remain true on this topic.
So I'm not the only one who's been talking about that, for the record.
Who else has been talking about it?
There's been Jake and Joel or Magic talked about it.
Yeah, I love them. They're great.
Yeah.
That's who turned me on to this product. Their video reviewing this is fantastic. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent content.
Great. They talked about it too. There's some other people who think there's got to be something in this.
There's always something in every secret layer.
Right.
That's not always something in every secret layer. I thought occasionally something. Is it always? I thought occasionally.
Every time. I'm pretty sure there's always been.
Why this be the one that always not? Why that be the surprise? There's nothing. There's not even a foil in this one.
It's like just the Hasbro middle fingers.
Let me tell you that's what they should do. Teach you bozos a lesson.
It is Mark Rosewater flipping us off.
I love Mark Rosewater still. Me and Mark are cool still.
He's not welcome here.
Mark, come on my other podcast. I got your back. Welcome to the Bone Zone.
I think that one of the big issues is that people thought it was going to be available for longer. Like even today, it still says that it's available.
Love it. That's my favorite thing they did.
There's like a countdown.
Yeah, love the countdown. I hope they restart the countdown after this one ends.
No, it gets more ridiculous. There was a post on Twitter, and it's like this post to get reminded when it goes live. I got reminded. I finished changing a diaper. I went there, and it was sold out. I was like, oh, thanks, Wizards. Thanks for reminding me. Sweet. Well, what are we doing? I was just positively reviewing this product. I got interrupted and kicked off, and now I'm ticked off because I don't have any. What are we doing? What are we doing here with this?
George will give you some of his.
No, I don't want to pay George prices.
George is like,
he gets it.
eBay plus $20.
Plus 20%, not $20. I gotta eat.
No, he wants a cool folded 20. Just slip it in the package.
I think this is one of those products where it's really hard to see what's going to happen on the secondary market.
Because we don't know what's in it.
Yeah,
we have no clue what these things are going to be worth.
Yeah, I tend to think that this comes down to like 200, 210 on the secondary market.
$200.
It's like at 285 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely not paying George prices.
Is it really 280?
Yeah, and like the
don't
volume,
buy this at 280. I think that's stupid.
The volume is pretty high.
Of course,
so the problem is that the non-foil value of the secret layer is like $200.
Yeah.
So not including.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy.
But like, you know, what will happen to like a Chrome Mox when they put in however many
Chrome
it is?
Mox in this?
Yes.
Oh my God, George!
Like
you are literally killing me.
Yeah,
you are literally.
I think we should probably get rid of you on the podcast if you don't know what's in this thing.
I had no clue of any card in here. I solely bought it based on your promise of the pack. That's 99% true. I actually bought it so I could mock you when I opened it. That part's more true.
Can we just like make sure everyone knows? I never promised that there was a pack in here. I speculated and said, "Don't buy this with this understanding."
Are you saying that there's not a pack in there? Why are you fudding this product right now? Seriously?
Thank you.
Gosh,
you get it. You get it.
Yeah, maybe Josh didn't read the comment section. Anyway, interesting to see what's going to happen with this.
Are we not going to talk about how this sold out instantly and like it shows that there's like the Magic market's a lot healthier than everybody wants to pretend it is?
I mean, like, of course this sold out. I don't know why anyone's surprised that this sold out.
This has everything. It has value. It has cards people want. It has nostalgia, and it's a really unique product. Like people you're talking about the secondary market. People are just going to buy this thing to open it, are going to enjoy it. There's not really going to be a feels bad when you buy this and you open all 30 packs. There's not like that risk there. This is a great product.
30 packs. That's brilliant of them. That's really smart of them.
George, here's my answer to you. Like, really. People are pissed at Wizards and Hasbro, but people still love Magic. Like, and this product particularly the design of this project did a really good job of giving people things that they love in Magic. The cards are iconic cards from every year. There's really great cards that people want. The artwork is insane, and there's memes on the Sharknado. Like, this product, other than I think the price is still high. My least favorite thing about this project is they were like, hey, this is a way for everybody else who can't afford the $1,000 product to celebrate Magic 30th. I'm like, for a lot of people, they can't afford a $150 product, A. And B, like, they made it
How cheap should they make this product?
They made it so limited that it's like a lot of people weren't able to enjoy it.
That's a valid criticism.
I'm not saying this product. I'm not saying this product should have been more expensive. I'm saying like your excuse for a $1,000 product can't be a $150 product. Like I said this earlier, I want a $4 pack that you can open and celebrate Magic's 30th anniversary. The $1,000 product should have been $4 packs to do drafts with. Stores should have had them. They should have been worthless so that stores can do drafts and experience the game with. And using this as like a scapegoat in my mind isn't the right like dynamic. This is the time when you guys are supposed to interject and talk back and have a dialogue. You responded
directly to George, ignoring most of what I said, sir. Yeah. So I will let George respond.
Like, I guess, like, so I agree with some of your criticism. Like, I think that the product should have been at LGS's. I think they probably should have done it cheaper. But like, listen, like, I also tend to think like, you know, is anybody doubting that the $1,000 packs are going to sell out instantly?
No.
Like, there's going to be a line. Like, this experience will be replayed with a lot more people bouncing their credit cards in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is the problem. Like, Wizards has a problem, right? Because if you're not going to do the $4 pack of the LGS, and you know, if they made the 4-pack $150, like this product was, the secondary market would still be at $1,000. So somebody else got all the secondary value of Wizards printing that card.
I disagree. I mean, if they gave every store, if this was a mystery booster box,
well, that's what I just said. If you're not going to do that, and you're going to do a secret layer, especially a limited secret layer, I don't know how big of a problem I have of WotC capturing the value that they created.
There's a valid point muddled in this discussion. It's what are we doing for the fan that is under the $150 price point? What's the Magic 30th celebration for the casual Magic fan that maybe doesn't spend $150 or $1,000?
What do you guys want them to do? Like, how cheap do you want them to make a product for the 30th?
Well, hold on. They could have just had open free play area at their giant event that didn't cost money. But they could do anything. They can hand out promos to your LGSA. Anyone who comes in this month to celebrate Magic 30th gets something.
They give store promos every month. Every month, I get a truckload of promos.
Okay. Yes, you do. But I want them to market something to everyone. I'm not saying the $150 for this is outrageous. We're looking at kind of a tiered system. I want a bottom tier to include everyone. This is a huge thing. How often does TCG stay around 30 years and have this rabid of a fan base? It would be cool to have something at the $4 or free tier or $5. Like, that's just that's truly for everybody. Like, hey, let's lead into this celebration.
What do you want them to give you for $4? Like, what celebration of the 30th do you want to buy for $4?
I mean, Louis suggested something a while ago. I suggested two things just now. I mean, I guess take your pick. Free play space at any of their big events. Magic 30th promo, maybe out of some old frame card, some alpha beta old frame card or something that you could like have a chance of getting when you walk into your LGS. It's all random. Anything, any number of things. I haven't thought about a direct free tier promo plan, but I'm sure they can come up with something.
Give us 30th edition promos to stores. Like, I will be surprised if they don't.
They did that. There's a set of promos that's coming out that's got like the Fainhorn Elves. Like, there was a 30th edition promo for that. There's some of that stuff.
To you.
But I think, Josh, I agree with your side of they haven't been marketing any of that. Like, they are saying the celebration. And George, the big issue, in my opinion, is that their marketing and their statements are, hey, come celebrate with us. We want to celebrate with all of our fans the Magic secret layer. And you've got the girl next to the guy who's talking who looks like she's about to cry. She looks like she's about to cry while he's announcing this thing.
Did you hear when he said the price? Did you see her face?
Yeah, she was like,
he said he was horrified.
Yeah. So I think like it's the way that they are marketing it and the way that they are advertising it, as opposed to what is actually happening. So, like I said, Josh wants to see more free promos, and I think what we're saying is those should be advertised and be more the center of attention, not the $1,000 product.
It's on the LGS to advertise store promos. Like there's store promos. Stores should be advertising,
but these
store
are
promos.
for a special. These promos are for a special occasion.
Yeah,
these
they're
promos
given
are
to
for
stores.
the biggest
Stores
event, arguably in TCG history. Right? Has there been anything bigger than a game hitting 30? Like a single moment?
Not in TCG history.
So it's on Wizards to say, hey, if you want, you can go down to you haven't played Magic in 10 years. Guess what? We want to welcome you back. Why? Maybe you know this card. Hey, you played Magic now. You've never experienced this old card. Check this out. That's on them. This is their event. This isn't the LGS's event. Magic 30 is not an LGS event. It is a WotC event.
Yeah.
No, it's a store promo. Stores should be promoting.
Sure. But then it shouldn't be, then it's not tied to Magic 30 because Magic 30th is not a store event.
But they're giving you store promos about Magic 30.
George, let me ask you this. Without knowing that the $1,000 product exists, if you were to close your eyes and Magic celebrates their 30th anniversary, what do you want for $1,000?
Oh, I have no clue.
Is it 60 proxy cards and a randomized booster pack?
I literally have no clue. Like the problem is this, like, no, they should not do proxy cards. They should do real ones and burn that reserve list to the freaking ground.
Oh my God.
You want my opinion, you'll get my opinion.
We are again.
I don't like the reserve list. There should be no reserve list. The reserve list is stupid and should be gotten rid of. I'm sorry, Rudy. I still love you, baby. But listen, I don't like the reserve list. I never have. So no, they shouldn't be proxies. They should be real ones, and they should tell these rich jerks with their alpha cards, it'll be fine. Nothing will happen to your alpha cards. They're still priceless. Calm the heck down.
Yeah. So for $1,000, I think I would like to see some sort of super, super high-end alpha artwork playmat with a really, really amazing booster box type of product that's a set of cards with some sort of commemorative edition or gold.
That's not what I see.
But
I see small, not big.
But then in my mind, the cheap product is exactly what they did for the expensive product. It's a complete proxy set. The cards they don't try to make it seem like the cards are worth anything. The cards are completely worthless. It has zero effect on anybody. The LGSs get it. They can do free draft events. They can celebrate the 30th anniversary where everybody's on the ground floor and can draft this product. And that's what I'm saying. Like Wizards is saying, this secret layer is for everybody. That's what it is. And I know 30 people that can't afford the secret layer like that. And then on top of that, even if they could afford it, they wouldn't be able to get in and to get it because it's so limited.
Louis, I'm sorry about that. I don't think it's on Wizards to make it so that every single person can afford their premium products.
But then they can't market it as a celebration for everybody to bring us all together. Then the marketing needs to change.
I don't think that's true. I don't think they have an obligation to say this is a celebration for everyone who can afford $150 boxes. I don't think they have the obligation to say that.
I think there's a difference there. I think $150 boxes and $1,000 proxies, you're making a leap.
This was $150.
The 30 randomized packs were.
Yeah.
George is saying that everybody should be able to afford that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying if you can't, and I haven't always been able to, that sucks. But I don't think you should be looking at WotC being like, it's your fault I can't afford it. But it's not on them to make it.
No, that's not the argument. There should be something for them.
I can't. I guess I could technically. I'm never gonna buy an Alpha Lotus. That will never be something I own. Almost certainly. Maybe I would maybe I would suck it up one day, but I don't think I would. It's not something that on my chase cards. Shout out to Jordan rookies. But listen, I don't think it's on WotC to then make me a cheaper alpha card because I'm not going to buy the one at the market price. I'm not going to buy it.
Okay, it's fine. I think the difference I'm hearing from you and from what I'm saying is that I don't think that there needs to be. I think there needs to be a non-premium product for people to enjoy.
How cheap should that non-premium product be?
I think I already told you 5 times what I think it should be. It should be draft packs that are $4 or free at your LGS to just celebrate what it is. And those cards should not have any intent of being worth anything. It should be a celebration for Wizards, not a cash grab. They're using
collector's edition.
Secret Lair, the Magic 30th anniversary so far from the public's perception is a cash grab, not a celebration.
Stop it.
What part of the Magic 30th celebration so far has not seemed like a cash?
Store promos are free.
This is the first we've heard of those. Yeah. Is when you mentioned that stores are already getting those. They've been marketed nowhere to everybody. And if 75% of people don't know what a planeswalker is, then they definitely don't know what
I am in the middle. It's amazing when I'm the one keeping us level. They did market them. They did share them at the Magic 30th, the first start of the year when they celebrated Magic's 30th anniversary. They did announce them. They just haven't been. It hasn't been the limelight. But yeah,
how many Lotuses would they have to print for it to be worthless? Like, it'd be an astronomical number. It would have to be an astronomical number.
Well, then it's not like
it would have to be like I literally can't conceive of how many that would have to be.
I get people bringing fake Lotuses all the time. They're completely worthless.
They wouldn't be fake.
Yes, they would be. They would have a different back. They are proxies.
Mark Rosewater, come on the podcast and explain to these bozos the difference between proxy and fake.
There's no difference. Proxies
there is a big difference. One is an authorized product. One is not.
So you're telling me I can come to your store and play with these cards that Wizards printed?
Not technically.
No, I can't. I'm not allowed.
If anyone is asking out
You're
loud.
not allowed to let me. Like,
you're right, and I would check that and kick you out.
Let's move on,
because I take proxies very seriously.
Brothers War.
If you're listening to this, hold on. If you're listening to this tomorrow, I take him in the back and shoot him.
That's what they want you to do.
All right, Morrow, I got your back, brother. I got your back.
Gosh, what is happening right now?
All right, Brothers War. Spoilers are out. Lots of good things going on.
You got a Mox in there.
Yeah, Mox Amber. The whole artifact cycle.
I wouldn't know that because you told me.
Josh, I'm curious your takes as the main card guy, the main player here. What's your eyes on? What's got your heart?
I mean, you can't look at the proxies. What?
Wait, what did you say?
What's got your heart?
What's got my heart? What's my heart after?
Never mind.
Oh no!
I was like, "What is happening right now?"
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, good one.
I was like, "What?"
So you can't look at the spoilers without first being drawn to Diabolic Intent. The fact that this card is going to be playable in major formats, standard, I guess, but Pioneer. It's going to be in Pioneer now, which I think when Liliana came out, I was a little off. I said it wouldn't really shake up the metagame too much, and it hasn't. But it has seen play. There's 2 and 3 copies in the biggest deck in the format. But that deck was
so close to being right.
But I was right. I was so close and also right. So I'd rather have that. So I think this card's going to shake up a lot of things. This is power creep incarnate. This set is what it feels like, and it doesn't feel like they're trying to hide it anymore. You look at something like the prototype mechanic, and there's a almost direct Snapcaster Mage clone. Would just like strictly better Snapcaster Mage clone. It's pretty impressive. So
what's that?
I don't know,
man. Called?
Oh, I don't know the card name off the top of my head.
Oh, that's all right. I didn't mean to embarrass you in front of everybody.
That's fine. I'm on your podcast. I'm already embarrassed.
So power creep, though.
It's Arcane Proxy, I think, is the card we're looking for. So power creep is a thing, but I think we're going to see a lot of what we saw with Dominator United. This set is going to slap. The set's a banger, but I don't expect it to do very well. Like, this set just looks great. Artifacts are cool.
About that.
Big theme, but I don't think it's going to do very hot.
There should be a video about that. That'd be a great video topic.
It's almost like you do watch my content, George.
I watch because I had to subscribe to your godforsaken channel to leave comments. YouTube now sends me recommendations for your channel, so I see your stupid thumbnail every day.
That's funny. Yeah, the Arcane Proxy is a card that a lot of people have talked about on my channel and made jokes about. But the like a 7 cost, but it only costs 3 for the prototype. Like that's I like the prototype mechanic.
It's so flexible. It takes a lot of it doesn't take a lot of challenge out of deck building. The challenge is now how to make use of this card, right? Is it only cast for the proxy cost, or is there a deck where it can exist in both kind of faces? Something like here, I found it now, Clay Champion. This card is bonkers, right? Like this card's just in mono green, one of the best decks in Pioneer, just got a 4-drop 8/8. Like
crazy.
This card is crazy. And it brings up the question people asked when Ragavan was printed. How big is too big for a creature that is just blank text power toughness creature for 1 mana? Right? We're getting into that. Like they're really testing the limits of essentially a blank text creature in mono green, but it's just going to be huge. Is it good enough? Will it see the cut? There's a lot going on in this set, man. It's cool.
I like it. I think the set looks a lot of fun, and then you also have the it's almost like a mystical archive, but for artifacts, where it's like these 63 different cards that are not legal in like standard, and I think you can do them in draft though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but they're not legal in standard. They're not part of the set. They're part of the like a subset essentially.
The symbol is so close too. I mean, it's so close.
And I think that kind of thing does really well. I think Strixhaven with the Mystical Archive, like Strixhaven did well for a while and then it kind of died off. I thought the draft of Strixhaven was super good, but it kind of died off after a while. But this set seems more powerful and more thematic and more exciting than Strixhaven. Strixhaven was like Harry Potter, but not Harry Potter. Yeah. This is actual Magic the Gathering lore with the addition of Transformers.
Listen, man, everyone loves artifacts, and this set's focused on artifacts.
Yeah, that is so stupid.
Dude, doesn't it feel so left field?
No, well, like it's amazing. I have so many comments on my videos this week saying, "I'm here for the Transformers. I love Transformers." It's like I'm totally disconnected from that. Like to me, when I think Transformers, the only thing I can think of is being like 16, and it's what's
you
her
guys
face?
were too young for the cartoon.
Yeah, Transformers to me is all about that actress.
Megan Fox.
Yes, all about Megan Fox.
Stop it.
When I think Transformers, I think Megan Fox.
You don't think Shia LaBeouf?
Nope.
No, I think of the cartoon.
I think Megan Fox.
I think Megan Fox too, but I also think Shia LaBeouf.
No. I much rather think Megan Fox than Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, like,
I think of the cartoon
just do it, dude.
In the arcade game.
You think of what?
There's a great arcade games, 2 of them. Transformers arcade game.
Yeah, I don't know. The Transformers thing seems I think it should have been a secret layer rather than like this thing that they're doing.
It is. It feels weird because like Ikoria felt like they went all in on the dinos.
Well, it was also just the box topper, wasn't it? In Ikoria?
No.
No, you could get them in packs.
Even the packs.
Oh, okay.
And like this doesn't feel like they went all in on Transformers. This feels like they just shoved some Transformers cards in a pack.
Yeah, I don't know. But people, like some guy in my comment section is all about these shattered glass Transformers cards.
I think they're going to go for some money.
He's like, they're going to be worth more than the Neon Ink cards.
That's crazy talk.
So they'll have a bigger audience. Like more people will want them, I think.
I learned from Louis that just because it's a big IP doesn't mean people will actually want it.
Oh,
bring out the Looney Tunes Wizards of the Coast product, everyone. This is the best product ever. George loves it.
Stop bearing the lead here. Shout out Mishra's Bauble. I saw that in the Mystical Archive additional product. The Wizards loves to take their $7 uncommons and reprint them in premium slots. Like
classics. Classic. And then you have the numbered cards, the serialized cards.
I forgot all about that. That's a thing.
That is.
So there's 63 of them though, God. George.
I am all in. all in. So all in.
Well, can you stop talking like that?
All in. I'm all in. This is amazing.
That's how many serialized cards there are in the set.
And like, if we know anything, that's going to last 1 hour.
I agree that I think there's too many, but it's a step in the right direction.
Whoa,
No,
hold on. That's too
not.
many. That is not too many.
I totally think it's too many.
It's way too many. That's like 30,000 too many. I think 20,000 too many.
That's way too many. Way too many.
How many?
It's too many.
One in how many boxes? Because that's.
I don't think we know that.
I think they're only available in collectors, right?
Yeah, they're only available in collector boxes.
God, I love Watsy. Mark Rosewater, I know you get dunked on by these two idiots all the time. I just want you to know that I love you.
Hold on. I have never dunked on Mark Rosewater. I've never said his name
as fervently as I have.
I love how, like, previously on the podcast, I feel like George has been the comment section's favorite. And this is probably the defining moment where that shifts. Like, now the comment section is going to realize George shouldn't be your favorite.
That's not true. That's not true.
31,000 cards is too many for the numbered serialized.
It is. But like this is an astronomical step in the right direction.
Says the guy who loves sports, who just bought 200,000 in sports.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. If you need cases of illusions, national treasures, or flawless, hit my DMs.
I sent him a picture of my boss's collection of Dream Team rookie cards, and that's the only positive and legitimate reaction I've ever gotten out of George. He was very high on it.
So I saw a dialogue
on sports. I can feel it in my soul.
I saw a dialogue happening about these serialized cards and asking the question, should we actually be excited that with the idea that like sports collectors and higher end flippers and that kind of thing get involved? They used Pokemon as an example of like Pokemon has more collectors than they have players. Magic doesn't have more collectors than players. And like, should we try to right that ship? Should we try to get more collectors on board? I was like, oh, this is a spicy topic and a hard thing to analyze.
I think the problem is like Magic collectors collect old Magic. There's very few modern Magic collectors.
Yeah, because
like
just
not serious collectors. Like maybe they do, like, you know, the Rudy followers have a case in their basement of every set. But like for those that have, like, you know, those, if you have $1 million Magic collection, you don't have modern.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think like the current era of collectors that came from Rudy, really, compare that to Pokemon. Not very many people collect Pokemon sealed product. It's all singles.
It's all singles.
But because of Rudy, Magic collectors focus in on, it's funny, alpha investments, and then his like big thing is collect sealed product. Like that's what he talks about. And I think like the question is, do these things get people to start collecting higher end Magic cards? It's interesting. It's like a really weird dynamic.
It's the one great. Free. It's the gateway drug to like in-depth Magic collecting.
I don't know. Like
I think you're gonna have old-timey collectors go after these cards.
So there's some bad cards on this list, the 63 card list. What, Josh? What's the worst?
I don't have the list. I have no idea off the top of my head.
Somebody
was doing great humiliating him on this podcast, Louis.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought he was the card
Louis,
guy.
I appreciate that.
This is about collection. This is not gameplay. Please.
There are some cards that most people won't know on that list. Like you won't like naturally. So George, what do you think a serialized 1 in 500 when there's 31,000 of them that are the same thing? I just don't see that being something that's worth a ton of money, to be honest.
I mean, I think no, that I disagree with. You're going to have people go for the collection, go for all 63.
Oh wow, that's true. I didn't think about that.
There's going to be more than 500 who want to do that.
That's interesting.
Like I don't know the gameplay. I know the whales. So like I think these are gonna, especially if Wizard comes out and says this is gonna be a thing that we do for a lot of sets, not a one-off. Like that's the problem. If they make it a one-off, it's just gonna be a weird quirk of history, kind of like the Neon card is turning into. But like if they're like, we're gonna do serialized cards in the future, you're gonna see a lot of people go for the complete set.
Interesting. I didn't. Do people do that in sports? They go for like a serialized.
Yeah,
interesting.
But also, like,
Josh,
there's a door to nothingness on here. I'm looking at this list now. This is just a super, like the full list, and you see it is super fun. Door to nothingness is a sweet card, man.
What's the worst card you see?
You probably door to nothing.
So like, what's a 1 of 500 door to? That's like a 14-cent card, right? Like it's worthless.
No, a 1 of 500 door to nothing.
No. I'm talking the regular card is like worthless. It's not a staple anywhere. It's not an iconic card. It's just there's not 63 iconic artifacts that aren't on the reserve list. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't see what a 1 in 500 of that goes for. It's hard to evaluate what that actually does.
I mean, maybe, but we talk about all the time about how big the Magic community is, how many people there are in it. That's why I think these are going to do really well. Even the not so great cards that are serialized and numbered, like if it's $10, there's no chance I don't buy that card.
Yeah,
just like throw in my binder. Like there's no chance. You're talking about how cheap these things can be. If they drop there, you're everyday people are going to scoop these things up. Like
they won't be $10.
I'm not saying
no.
They'll be $10.
No, yes, I wasn't putting words in your mouth.
In the 3-figure range, maybe the 100, 150.
Yeah.
I guess in the lower end.
That's you could tell me a story where the cheapest serialized card is under $100, like the cheapest worst one, where the community.
I don't know, man.
The only reason is, I mean, think about this set. Everything we've talked about, this set kind of has a lot going on. Like maybe it just gets lost in the weeds for a little while.
I know there's like a mediocre Discord that has a buyout group, and like you could see. Oh, Louis, that's yours. I'm sorry, buddy. And like you could see that buyout group do some funny business with all these serialized cards.
I don't think the supply is not high enough for buyouts like that.
Like that's the point. Maybe this is why your buyout group is struggling. Like the whole point of
struggling.
The whole point of the buyout group is that you buy it out. Like
I thought I was
having low supply is exactly what you're looking for.
No, you need a set of supply that's enough for the group, though. You can't just find a card that has 3 copies, but that's what you do as a whale. That's not a group. That's not a group experience. As a whale,
listen, your neon cards continue. I can't keep up.
It's been like
just throwing this out there.
It's been like
just throwing this out there.
There's been a 7-month process of George trying to buy out the neon ink cards.
I won't give up. I won't give up.
Meanwhile, distro just keeps pumping.
That's 100% true. They did me so dirty on this in Modern Horizons 2.
Anybody want Kamigawa collector boxes? We have them now.
George, mathematically, what's cheaper for you to continue buying that out, or to own all the Kamigawa collectors at distro cost at your cost?
Oh man, I don't want to. No,
what's
probably
the math?
Still.
What's the math?
You know what? No, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not giving you my alpha. No.
Anyway.
Oh, distro, you've done me so dirty. Modern Horizons.
This is going to be in the same way that I questioned how much does the Legends card affect. I question how much does this affect the market for collector boxes.
Oh, this won't affect those prices at all.
Like I don't think the odds of hitting that card and the card value behind it pushes the market at all on this product.
Nope.
I think you're so wrong, and I was so wrong about the Legends card that now I know I must be wrong. Like my initial knee-jerk reaction is like, no, of course people are going to want to chase these, but that was my reaction with Dominaria United collectors, and it did not happen. So maybe I don't have a feel for this.
You're hearing me wrong though, because when you pull, this is the opposite take I had on Legends. When you pull one of these cards, there's only 500 of them. As of Legends, there's 500 listings already on TCG Player for that Legends common that you pulled. And so like this is actually one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. Like Legends cards, I was sure. I was out on collector boxes. I sold all my collector boxes.
I was in, baby.
Because I was out. There was no way that was gonna help sell collector boxes. But this actually I think could help sell collector boxes.
I think it will help the EV of collector boxes and will help them sell collector boxes.
Now add in Transformers cards as well. That it comes down to at the end of the day, you have 31,000 serialized cards. How many boxes do you have? Like at the end of the day, do they just print it? Is it Kamigawa Neon Dynasty where they just keep churning out the number of boxes?
Listen, Mark, I've been very cool with you. You've got to stop.
So
you got to stop with the Kamigawa. You got to stop with the Modern Horizons too. All right, you got to stop. Continue.
Theoretically, there's now a limit of collector boxes they can print. Like, that's possible, because sooner or either that or they'll have to release a wave where they say this wave contains no serialized cards or something.
Or they can release a wave and not say that. Like,
yeah,
that would feel really crappy if they make an announcement that's like collectors from this set have a chance at this card, and they release a wave that doesn't have it, that knowingly doesn't have that chance.
I mean, that's what they did with Zendikar, like the Zendikar card. Remember the ones that were original Magic cards, Hidden Treasures.
And didn't they also do that? That was a different. Didn't they also remove Oko when he got banned?
No.
Yes, I think. God, this is really going back to my memory.
Wrong game.
I think they took out half the Okos from the boxes in the later print runs.
I don't think so.
I think they did. Like, I think they removed half the Okos from the print sheets in the later runs.
I don't know. It's this sets. I said this at the beginning of the year when
set of the year.
Said I think this has the potential to be set of the year.
You did not say it has the potential to be set of the year. That is not what you said. That is not what you said.
I said it was going to be set of the year, but keep in mind that year, that Magic calendar year did not include Kamigawa. This set, in my mind, is the Kamigawa of this physical year.
Mateik's feeling rough. Come on, Tom Hair United, you're a good set. I don't understand why you're not pumping right now. It's so good. Everyone's playing so many cards from this set. Why is it not pumping?
Supply.
Everyone's playing so many cards from this set.
Hasbro. Thanks, Hasbro.
Stained glass is cool. Mark Rosewater, you dastardly man. This is Mark. Me in again.
I'm your only friend, Mark. Remember that. Stop printing Kamigawa.
Podcast title: We hate Mark Rosewater.
Not George.
All right. Speaking of Mark Rosewater, Magic's 30th year event. Josh, this is your excitement here.
So Magic 30th year event kicked off, and the big story was the no open play space. That was kind of the story that took over all of social media, and then what kind of jumped on top of that social media negativity sandwich was one tweet went pretty viral about how they then took the community open play space that you had to pay a ton of money for, and then moved tournament play into there because there was like, oh, we need more space for tournament play, and now people are like, yeah, casual's the future of the future of Magic. Yeah, right. Look at competitive Magic players taking over the casual space. Well, what's left out there is the casual space cost you like a couple $100, which is ridiculous. But amidst all this absolute poop tornado was kind of a shining light. Did you see all the people gathering in like corridors and around tables and the convention walls, just sitting wherever they could and slinging cardboard?
Yeah,
that was pretty freaking cool.
I wish I could have gone.
I missed it. I had FOMO for the first time. I had FOMO as a dad.
You can't go. You don't travel.
I know. I don't. But I still wish I could have gone.
Oh damn! I was like, I travel. What do you mean?
I think it would have been really cool just to meet people. And I think one of the things I want to hear, maybe if you want to leave this in a comment, I want to know like how people got involved in Magic the Gathering. The history of 30 years is like, I'm 30 years old, so people were literally like playing Magic the Gathering while I was being birthed. You know what I mean? Like
you're only 30?
Yeah.
I was coming out of the womb and you were slinging cardboard. I could see the ooze and you were playing the ooze.
But like, it's amazing how old the game is, and hearing people's like experience with the game. I think we sometimes get move on, guys. Like, move on. Gosh, you guys have no like.
That was so gross.
Why? It's not that gross. Birthing happens.
That's pretty gross.
People are born. We all did it. We all were born.
Your new podcast nickname is Scavenging Ooze.
Okay, moving on. But I'm really like, I would be really curious just to interview people and just ask the question like, how did you get involved in Magic the Gathering? I actually was so interested in this. I pulled up my TCG player account and I looked back at my first TCG player purchase from 2012 and the cards I bought. And it was just so like reminiscing on those moments with like Mark and John in my college dorm. And like, it was just cool to think back on it.
It is so weird that you played like my formative TCG years. There was no internet.
Yeah.
Like the internet like barely existed. And certainly there was no e-commerce.
Yeah.
Like internet was like scammy and like where the bad people hang out. Like, which is still likely mostly true. But like it's funny to think how different like even you like 2012 like how different that experience is from like how I grew up with TCGs.
Yeah, even for me, I've just looked. My first TCG player order was in Ikoria because I have a game store. I've always had a game store right near me that's always had everything I've needed.
You know what LGS was?
Surprisingly, I did. I
Josh didn't make that comment because he read the comment section and saw the number of people who were on my side with that. You made that comment because you didn't read the comment section.
There was people on your side about that.
Louis only reads the comments that agree with him and sends me all the ones that disagree with me.
That's I like that tactic. That's a good tactic.
Part of that is true. I do only send you the ones that disagree with you, but I read every comment.
Which backfires you. That makes me assume that every other comment agrees with me.
And then you notice there's a lot of Josh support in that comment section.
There was. And my wife was also very much on Josh's side this week. First podcast she's ever listened to. She only listened to 20 minutes. She said she couldn't listen to George talk anymore. But
Dana, I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna text her after this.
Anyway, October 27th, 2012. Thank you to the Next Level Games. I refuse to pay any amount of money for cards, so all the cards are like 6 cents. They're like all under 50 cents. But Avatar of Slaughter, Frenetic Raptor, Ancient Hellkite, like it's all these giant creatures that like you would never put in a deck right now because it costs 10 mana to play. I don't know, man. I just would love to like hear people's stories, and that's why I wish I would have gotten.
You should put that in the comment section and like and subscribe, and also share this video at the same time. Help that algorithm out, boys.
Yeah, if you do it all in under 10 seconds, you get bonus points.
Is that true?
I don't know. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
George, everything is made up and the points don't matter. Haven't you figured that out yet?
I don't understand the algorithm. I only watch StarCraft 2 videos, and they keep trying to push Louis' videos to me.
Next Level Games is still in business. That's great to hear.
So I think what would have been cool here is just to see, more so than how everyone started, is I bet you have people of all different walks of life. I mean, the game's been around so long and is so wide, right? You've got people sitting down to play games together that probably otherwise have little to nothing in common. And like, I feel like it's once an event. When I go down and I play Magic at the LGS, I sit down across from somebody and I just have absolutely nothing in common with that person and just have a blast. Yeah. Have a fantastic time. That had to have been running rampant in the halls outside of the event. Inside the event was all serious business. Competitive Magic's back, baby. Boom, suck it.
Love it. I'm all in. When you're happy, I'm happy, buddy.
Thanks, man. When I'm drinking, you're pretty.
I think
that's not true with Michelob Ultra. There's no way there's enough alcohol in that water to make Louis pretty.
There was some other stuff with the event that I think could have been done better. Like the table, the official Magic table, the prices were like sky high. It's like when the prices were super high on day one, and then they like lowered the prices, which is like what you see at like a crappy festival with like band merch.
Didn't they give everybody the 30th anniversary packs? Are we not gonna?
They gave 305 people who paid $700
2 30th anniversary packs each, I think.
The plebes like us who would have bought in the regular event didn't get
anything. No, make no mistake. If I went to Magic's 30th, I was buying the baller package.
It sold out in like a minute. Sold out in like no time.
So, I wasn't a dad then. I would have got it. I'd got it. Yeah. This is the first time I get to resent my daughter.
No, you don't get to do that.
I get to resent my daughter.
Wow. Well, we know the comment. Louis, if that's not the intro, I want you to know you should be rethinking your life.
You ruined it. You could have just let it go and it could have been the intro, but now that you commented on it, it's not going to be the intro. You don't get to dictate what the intro is. It's not your podcast.
You don't control him.
Yeah.
You're not his dad.
Carol.
Thank God. But anyway, they kept lowering the prices. Like, is this like some poor band who can't afford to is this like some failed like some,
what a wild
it's like some poor rock and roll band
analysis
that needs to lower their prices on their merch so that they can afford dinner tonight. And like why not just like be at market price or less than market price for your created the product. You don't even have to buy it. Like, it costs you nothing.
The biggest note there is the difference in price on things. We don't pay attention to the secondary market, yet all of the products seem to be real close to the secondary market price.
Man, the worst thing Wizards ever did was get rid of MSRP. Like, getting rid of MSRP.
Wrong.
Oh God, I feel an LGS discussion coming on here.
Next week.
No, I'm not getting into that with George. I'd rather do anything else with my life.
MSRP is stupid. MSRP is ridiculous.
Name it in the comment section. I'd rather do it than have that discussion with George.
Oh, this is going to be some good ones. I will go into the comment section to read that.
Let's move on. Let's do our first look at Rise, a new TCG.
Oh, we're not doing the Pokemon thing?
That's after the first look at Rise. We talked about it like 8 times.
You're awesome at the rundown. You're great at it.
We're doing Rise then Pokemon?
Yeah, we're in it, baby. We're doing it. So Rise sent us this. We're gonna give away one of these packs. This is from the collector edition. I'll tell you what, we'll give away all the cards from this pack that I'm gonna open on camera. I gotta get my camera switch up here.
Wow, way to keep out. I'm not giving a full pack, Louis. That's really nice of you, buddy.
I'm giving them all the cards from this pack. It's literally what I said.
Pack. Huh? No, you give them the sealed pack.
All right, well, I'll open a pack and then we'll give a sealed pack. That's a good idea. So, this is Rise. Let me move my keyboard here. You guys also get to open at the same time, guys. This is a community.
Oh, it's a group.
This is why I sent you guys packs.
Oh my God.
Oh, I thought it's just because you liked me.
Which
one do you want me to open?
Yeah, the one that you just had. Yeah.
Okay.
The packs are very hard to open. This is very typical for sample packs.
There's a tab at this is the first sample pack of anything I've ever opened.
Oh, should we tell them a little bit more about the game, or you want to just show them the cards first?
I think you should give them the spiel as you're opening the pack.
I want them to enjoy the cards because these cards are. I already opened a pack.
These cards are bananas.
They're absolutely insane.
All
right, here we go. They are like, look at that thing.
I'm trying not to break the cards.
It's like a plasticky, like it's not even.
The rumor is that it's wax dipped cardboard. That's been the rumor.
It feels amazing. I wish every card felt like this. Oh, they told me there might be some nudity, so if there is, we'll edit it out. But they feel really, really good.
If there is, it's George.
That almost happened. Pride. So you've got lust and gluttony and pride. I think it's like the 7 sins maybe. Envy.
I got an angle that I probably won't show.
Oh wow.
Greed.
Is the rare and stuff in the back per usual?
Yeah, I think there's ranks. I think there's a rank 3 is like the rare at the top there. Dark.
Oh,
Temple.
rank 3 is the rare?
I think so.
Yeah.
They maybe I don't know.
Oh, I got a rank 4, baby.
Ooh.
Oh.
What'd you get? Show the camera.
You got a mimic.
Show the camera.
I'm working on it, boo-boo. Simmer down.
I love the artwork. This artwork's really cool.
These feel wild.
Yeah. Don't you wish every card felt like that?
Every card should feel like this. Every card should feel like this.
Oh,
so it's
my
God. Somebody from a different group called me. It was like, hey, are you in on Rise? Like, I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. They're like, and he called me like, I felt the cards. You have to get in on Rise. Like, he was adamant. The cards are gorgeous. The cards feel amazing.
Now, George, do you know, are these the cards that they are going to have in their regular packs, or is this just the collector edition pack?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if Rise is in the comment section, they can tell us the answer to that. I asked them some questions before they actually had sent us some stuff.
Yeah, listen, the artwork's amazing. Cards feel great. Listen, like I think this is the thing I think they're doing that's smart is they're differentiating themselves in card quality.
Yeah. Slug.
I think Mimic's really good. Dude. I think Mimic's really good.
Yeah, rank
well, show
4.
us your rank
I think
4.
that's probably that's like a mythic.
Oh wow,
that's cool.
I just want to thank them for choosing me to love the most, obviously, by giving me the rank 4.
I got the Protection Mirror and Madness. Oh, Madness, take control of targeted creature. Are you kidding me?
So they're
that artwork's so cool.
So
oh my gosh,
so good.
So cool.
So good.
Josh, I'll buy that for me. I want that.
No,
I want that bad. I'm like mad I sent you
Wonder
that
if you
one.
can grade
You
them?
got 2 rank 3s?
I got 2 rank 3s.
Oh,
I only got 1.
Rise hates
George
you.
got a rank 4.
Rise hates you.
All right, so let's talk about some things before we lose people. The Kickstarter started October 18th and it goes for 20 days. So we have 1 week from this video when it's over. So you have like 7 days left if you're interested in backing this. They had an early bird, but it went 3 days. And then they've unlocked a bunch of promo cards and 15 free cards with stretch goals.
I love that they're unlocking the promo cards. Great idea. Continue.
Yeah, stretch goals in Kickstarter are
big deal.
You have to do that. Working with LGS is their priority over online game stores. So there is an LGS tier. This is something that's very important to me. You guys know this on the channel. I actually really like the way that they did this Kickstarter tier. Their LGS tier is $5. So what the LGS purchases doesn't even go into like the massive sales numbers of Kickstarter. I thought that was a really interesting way to do it because a lot of other Kickstarters, they want the LGSs in their tier because it amps up the numbers, which is fine. I just thought this was like an interesting theory to do it. And then they're going to reach out and verify the LGS in order to then sell the product direct to the LGS. Kickstarter is print to demand other than the collector box, which is already sold out. But I like that print to demand rather than, it's a certain number, it allows, we've talked about that 100%. A lot on other Kickstarter games. It's unique. I said, sell me the game in 1 sentence. Give me a summary of the game in 1 sentence. A unique trading card game set in a fantasy multiverse infused with powers and magic, competitive card game based on deck construction, strategy, inertia, and luck. So pretty cool. I think you can also play test this on Tabletop Simulator already too. So if you're interested in experiencing the game for yourself, that's a great way to do it. Yeah. Card quality is
amazing. The rumors that they're still tinkering the rules a little bit. Looks amazing, feels amazing. I think Rise is going to be big.
I define that. What is so? Let's go through. Oh wait, did you guys see this? Did you notice this? Oh wait, let me catch this on that light. You see the edging of the cards?
Yeah,
it's like gilded. So cool. So cool. Define big for me. What do you mean?
I think it'll be carried. I think it's gonna raise a lot of money. I think it's gonna be in a lot of LGSs.
Interesting.
I think it's gonna be in a few hundred LGSs right away. Pretty quickly.
Okay.
This seems like a great way to separate your.
My gut is it'll be in between 200 to 300 LGSs right away. Is my gut.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I think, but I mean, I think it's going to be something that you can. I think it's going to be a game that stores are going to be willing to take a flyer on it. I don't think you're going to have a lot of LGSs order a pallet. I think you'll see a lot of LGSs order a couple cases of it.
Okay.
Because listen, they're doing a lot of what we've asked other games to do, right? They're doing several sets a year. They've talked about that. They're going to have a TCG team. They're going to have their LGS team. I'm sorry. They're going to do some of the things we talked about of how you can support an LGS. And I think LGSs will reciprocate that love. That's my gut. I don't know. It'll be at my LGS, I think.
That's cool. Yeah, I hope that's the case. I think for me, success on these new TCGs looks like forming a community that wants to engage with playing the game, both online on like, I don't really like tabletop simulator, but online in communities, but also like play at home with your friends, that kind of thing. I think the LGSs right now are not necessarily looking to pick up more and more and more games. We've kind of seen how that has gone.
I think that's absolutely true.
And and like there's so many games coming out, it's like a hard sell for an LGS. So what I have liked about this, not that they're not focused, like I think every game should have an LGS tier, but like focusing on how to grow the model of the game outside of the scope of the LGS, I think is good. So
I agree with you. I do think like a lot of stores got burned by the new TCGs recently, and I do think there's a lot of should I just retreat back to Magic and Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tanner from Cryptic have talked about this quite a bit. It's like, God, I bet your job was a lot easier 6 months ago.
Right.
like stores were probably a lot more willing to open the door to you 6 months ago, and Rise will have that problem too. Every new TCG will. Like, I do think they need to focus on dedicated people to reach out to LGSs and be like, "Are you willing to hear my game? Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you what we can do to help you." I'm not asking you to order a pallet. I'm asking you to order a case.
Yeah.
Order 4 boxes and see if they sell.
Yep.
Sure.
A little clarity. I was wrong. There's only 4 days to go in it. So when this releases, there will be 1 day or 2 days. They've already raised $420,000. They have 572 backers. Good opportunity if you're looking for a game like that. Collector card and standard booster boxes. They just unlocked on day 16. So more stretch goals to go. There's a Discord server there if you're interested in learning more. And you can go check that out. So pretty cool.
This seems really sweet. I think they jumped the gun. If you're they're kind of ahead of a lot of other games I've seen. If you are a collector, right? We've talked about the multiple facets of a TCG. You got collectors, you got players, and everyone falls somewhere on that spectrum of those. These cards, they feel collectible right out of the gate. I did notice I pulled an old an old 7th edition sleight of hand that I just had lying here, and it seems to be slightly smaller than a Magic card. You can see a little bit of edge there, right? So, but I think this Rise is going to have an advantage here because you're going to open it and you're just going to feel good. Like, you're going to open this pack of cards, you're going to feel it's going to be exciting at first, right? It's going to kind of get a chance to get you hooked.
Yeah, I'm not confident. I'm not sure that this card is the feel of a regular booster box. I don't know if they have said that or not. If that is the case, it's incredible.
Yeah, but even if it's not, if this is the collector product or maybe a one in a couple pack hit or something like that, that's going to jump off. That's going to jump out at somebody.
Yeah.
I wonder. I'm trying to see how they fit in standard. So now I'm inner sleeve and a standard dragon shield because they are slightly smaller and the fit seems fine. Fit seems good.
So pretty cool. We may be talking about this every now and then on the channel. So on the podcast. So be ready for
Follow along as Louis tries to buy the eyeball behind me.
Yeah, I will buy the eyeball behind you. I think
no, you won't.
If you are interested in winning this pack, leave any comment in the comment section with the word Rise.
Oh man, I should
and
this week.
we will search for that word when we pull the comments, and I will announce the winner on what day you guys want to do the winner. I'll do it on Twitter.
Oh God, really?
Why aren't you just doing it on the next episode?
Yeah, why are you doing the podcast?
You guys will have to remind me
about it.
You guys will have to remind. We'll announce it on the next podcast.
Yeah.
Boom. And then patrons,
Instagram that you'll be doing that. I think that might help.
Patrons, I'm gonna be giving away a bunch of cards for patrons for giveaways and stuff like that. So cool. All right, that was our first look at Rise. Best of luck to the creators on their endeavor. Charizard EPCs.
Well,
speaking of best of luck to the creators on their endeavor,
best of luck to George on his Charizard endeavor.
Best of luck to George, who, for whatever reason, this week has done nothing but complain to me about how many Charizards he got. And
you've been insufferable about Pokemon lately. You have been so obnoxious about Pokemon the last 3 weeks. This is sweet justice. You cursed this product. You cursed this product like you cursed everything you touch.
Is he done?
And it's not my fault you curse everything you touch.
Yeah. So Charizard DPCs, I think they're doing great. George, I think overcommitted. I think George overextended himself and he's like freaking out about it.
I'm almost sold out.
What are they on TCG Play right now?
Probably $30. Probably $150.
No.
Probably $150 or $160.
I've told George every single day this week as he complains, I will buy every single UPC you have. Send them to me, baby. They're $160 on TCG Play. So they're $40 over MSRP. Like, why is that an issue? Why do you have such an issue with that?
Can you go ahead and pull up the Celebrations ETBs for me for the UPC for a second?
Celebrations UPCs are like a year old.
Go back and see what they really said. I don't remember. Can you reflect?
I don't think TCG.
Yeah, but okay, but these are still they're still good. They're not mooning like those.
I want to be very clear here. They're still available at my Walmart today.
So what? Why is that bad?
At my Target
they came out 6 days ago.
It's a premium product. They should be selling out.
Maybe the viewers are finally buying their product from the local game store and shunning the big box titans of our era.
Good job, viewers.
Yeah, that must be.
Woo!
That definitely follows.
Gosh, Celebrations UPCs are $370. They dropped down to $292.
That's almost that's more than twice. No,
$225. They were also more expensive.
Fair market.
Wait, no, they weren't more expensive for us.
Yes, they were. The MSRP on them was way more expensive.
I don't think that's true.
Yes, it was.
And the new box weeks before release is already at $102.
The new box? Where?
Yeah, Silver Tempest on TCG Player.
Oh, we're not talking about Silver Tempest here. We're talking about Charizard UPCs.
Okay.
Silver Tempest is going to be the greatest product of all time.
And we're talking about it without reference to any other product. George, get with it.
No, what do you want? You just want free tendies. You're still living in 2021, bro. You gotta
2020.
All right, bro. Relax, bro.
Bro. Up, man.
You went full PokeTuber on us. I know there's Charizards involved here, bro, but take it down a notch.
Got the hat backwards.
Listen, it's a Pokemon set with a Charizard in it, and it's focused around the Charizard. This is going to age well, and it's already doing well. You're right. It's not Celebrations, but it's still pretty good, man. Still pretty good. It's a good set. It's a good product.
George, I love you.
So maybe also be clear here, this is not a good product. They completely messed up a lot of this product. The promos have been terribly miscut.
That's true. That's fair.
There's been a lot of, I did not get the right number of packs in half my UPCs, and I'm not alone.
Wait, what?
A couple got one extra, some got one less, and I'm not alone. Go to any of the Facebook groups.
Sucks.
Oh, look at Louis' guilty ass face right now, by the way. Look at Louis' guilty ass face right now.
That's horrible. Look at that. You get one less pack. You can buy this product and get one less
face. And here's what I will admit. This caught me completely off guard. Because Pokemon doesn't make those mistakes. Pokemon never makes those mistakes. I don't remember ever getting a Pokemon card being like, oh my God, did Stevie Wonder cut this thing? He's blind, right?
I'm not going to get on the Stevie Wonder hate train with you.
I love Stevie Wonder. I wouldn't let him cut my cards.
It's got a point.
I'm not saying anything bad about him. I would let me cut the cards. You see these meat hooks? These aren't meant for cutting. So
they're also banned in San
Diego. Okay, so let's talk about a few things.
Yes. Yeah, let's talk about your guilty face.
Tell me one other product. You can't even say Magic because they got rid of MSRP. Back to that. Tell me one other product that's come out in the last 3 months that has been selling for above MSRP.
The MetaZoo Trick or Treat boxes.
They didn't sell for above MSRP.
You selling yours for above MSRP
because they cost me MSRP to buy.
Yeah, I know, and you're selling them for more than MSRP, which I'm fine with if you paid MSRP.
Terrible example. Horrible example.
Horrible. A product comes out the same week as this product that's above MSRP, and it's a terrible example.
But isn't the product that we're using an example, the distribution price, essentially, the store's price is MSRP?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to make an argument for.
I'm saying it's above MSRP.
That's a weird example.
It's above MSRP.
Give me a normal product that.
What's a normal product if you're debating
a product that you get from distribution for cheaper than MSRP?
Yeah,
I think that's standard.
That's a fair statement. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for being the voice of reason.
That's not the voice.
Also in the comment section. Wow, you really read every comment. You're a good content creator.
You know why you can't do this and you're stalling and you're making excuses right now?
I gave you a product within 5 seconds if you asked me for one.
He snapped the product like that. He was ready with it.
I
mean, he's wrong. It's a terrible example.
Stalling my foot.
According to Futurama, he's technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give me one other example.
Of what? Of a product that's above MSRP?
Yeah. Give me a product that's performing better for stores than this right now.
Evolving Skies. Brilliant Stars.
Evolving Skies didn't come out in the last 3 months, buddy.
When did Brilliant Stars had a restock the last 3 months?
It's also not going for above MSRP. MSRP is $145 and it's for $165.
So, okay, other than examples,
and it didn't get a restock.
George, give me another example. Those 4 don't work. I'm gonna need a 5th example.
It didn't.
You're right, Louis. You're right. I concede, Louis. I concede. I can't think of a product that came out the same day as the UPC that you can get from this one weird distro that you can get at 20% of MSRP that goes for 5 times MSRP. I concede the point.
Your first example sucked. You've done well since.
Brilliant Stars came out in May.
Louis, that's not that long ago, and they got a restock like a month ago.
It's a 6 month ago. I didn't
get
a
restock like a month ago.
I didn't get a restock a month ago.
Well, that's not my fault that distro hates you.
My rep called me.
My rep definitely called me.
I don't know what you want the product to do. It's my my problem. Like, what was Louis, success for this?
Louis, do you think this is what people expected this product to be? Like when you were talking before release day, is this what you thought it was going to look like?
Yes.
No, it's not. You are a liar. You are a liar.
Before release day?
Yeah, when we talked a month ago about Charizard, did you think it was going to be at 145?
You're moving the goalposts again. You said before release day, and I said no. Yeah, you're saying a month ago.
Like, did you think on release? So before release day, which is a month ago,
you said the day before release day.
No, I did not.
I don't think
before release. Before release is this when we talked about this a month ago? Is this what you thought it was going to look like?
Okay, so as soon as we saw how many were at Target, I knew that this was not going to be a moonshot.
Okay, now what did you say about stalling again? I missed that part for the last segment. Can you go back to that part? I missed it.
Same segment there. They're big guy, but they're both can be correct, right? Maybe it didn't hit the highest of the highs that we think we wanted to hit, but the product is still doing well. I think you'll be hard pressed to say this is not doing well.
This is a successful product.
For a UPC, this is terrible.
No,
it's up. And almost everything is down right now, and it's pretty high up. Like George, I'm with you. If you would have asked me on release day or 20 minutes before the first Tuesday of release or whatever your qualifications were, if you would have asked me then, I would have said I thought it would be higher than I thought it would have done better than it is doing right now. But it's still doing well.
It's doing okay. I expected it to do way better, candidly. It doesn't matter to me.
Your purchase order shows that. Yes,
it doesn't matter to me. Oh, mine are sold. I think I have 3 cases left. It's not performing the secondary like I thought it was performing the secondary. And more importantly, listen, the quality control on this is very un-Pokemon.
I didn't know about that. That's huge. That's a problem.
This is very un-Pokemon.
That's a problem.
Well,
it's just weird. It's just weird. Pokemon doesn't let this happen.
Is this the first time they've done a UPC?
We just talked about another one.
The new printer.
Podcast.
The new printer.
I don't think they bought. I don't think this is from the new printer.
Okay. I was wondering because this is the first time we've seen promos stacked together, right?
Yeah.
There's
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen the 3 promo stacked together like that.
I think that's true.
Which is a lot of people are frustrated by that because how do you the cards have been scratching together.
I think that's stupid.
I think this product is very successful. I think listen, you're sold out. What do you want?
Don't say very. It's successful, but the very that you throw in there.
No, I think it's very successful. I can't say another. George can make up all he wants, but I can't say another product that's come out in the last 3 months that's been given to stores that I can sell.
Well, when you get your 30th anniversary edition, that'll sell. Boom, right away.
That's another one. God,
everything else is a struggle.
Other than Evolving Skies, Brilliant Stars, the MetaZoo packs, and the Magic 30th, you're exactly right.
What Magic 30th product am I getting from distribution? What are you talking about?
Why does it have to come from distribution to prove this point?
Because that's literally the statement that I made.
Distribution makes it magical. Do you think the distros come out and bless it?
This is why we don't talk about Pokemon.
Is this gaslighting?
Do they come out and be this magical product here, you will be the chosen one?
Can we get some Pokemon people in the comment section to yell at George?
No, because you never talk about it except for this one random week.
I thought I was going to get the whole podcast through without doing this.
Nobody else did. If it helps any.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I think the Charizard UPC is great. What you should be talking about, and the argument to my statement really is that there's another wave of these coming.
Yes,
and what's going to happen with the wave? I think right now
and the second wave is bigger than the first wave.
Yes, I think you pull the plug now, and it's a success. In a month,
no. This is why you wanted to talk about it this week. Your gloat time frame is very limited. I have a window. I have a gloat window. I have
legitimately hit MSRP.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think they'll go below MSRP.
You know when you're printing off something and you accidentally like fall on your keyboard and you hit the number pad and you still hit enter, and then your printer just like prints for like 3 days straight. That never happened to you guys. That's essentially what happened with this.
So here is where like I'm a little upset about it. Like now that we're talking about it more seriously. I don't mind them printing 1 million of them. I really don't. I think they had an obligation to flag for people that they were going to do that. Because like we all thought it was going to be like the celebration UPCs, which we got like 3 of. Like, I don't think I even got a pallet of it. I don't think I even got a pallet of those. Like, I don't remember getting a pallet of UPCs from celebrations.
Yeah, people who bought this for $307 not feeling great.
I mean, like, and this goes back to some of the other print run stuff we talked about this podcast earlier. Is like, I think when you're going to drastically change print runs on people, I think flagging that for the consumer is always the right thing to do.
That's a fair take.
I think they should have said, "Hey, I know this is a UPC, but like, I want to give y'all a heads up that we're printing." I'll bet you they printed literally 10 times what they did for celebrations.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah,
I'm not speculating. I'm just guessing. Don't ban me, Pokemon. Like
you can't afford that one.
Yeah,
no, that would do it. That would do it. That would do it. Magic and Pokemon cannot do like me and like we got to be cool, baby. And I know Maro loves me.
This feels like when they decided to print collector boxes and no longer do just one wave, right? Kind of print tons and not tell anybody, and all of a sudden collector boxes were super readily available all the time.
Like, I don't have I don't mind them doing a larger print run like this. I really don't. I think this is probably better, to be honest. I do mind them kind of not flagging it for consumers and not flagging it for stores, to be honest. Like, I think they should have flagged it for stores. I also think they should have given more to stores, but that's a normal gripe. Like Target, I think, got a lot of this print run.
Yeah. I think that's all fair. That side of it's all fair. I still think, like, for stores, this was a successful product.
I think it was. I mean, like, when this came out, I viewed it as a way to reward loyal consumers. Because I thought it was going to be like a blazing hot product that everybody was going to want at like 20 times MSRP, right? At $200. And this turned into like a product that's on my shelf, which is fine, but it is different.
I think you're in a different spot than I am. I was the only person. I was told I was the only place locally where you could get this for $120. Everybody else was jacking up the price. Everybody, our Walmart, we have a Walmart in town. We don't have a Target in town. They didn't get any. So like, I was the only place where my customers could get this without paying whatever online or waiting online, whatever, to get it. And so like, I think that's my perspective.
The Target by me is just in the fat cat part of town. I don't go there.
We could be seeing a weird situation. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of someone who buys a $120 TCG product at Target. I think for products that are more expensive like that, I think most of those products are probably purchased at the LGS when you start getting into those 3-figure numbers.
No,
is there any other
not for
big
Pokemon.
Box?
Not for Pokemon's wild.
There's some big box Pokemon items sold at Target and stuff like that.
Yeah. I also don't love the product as a whole, to be honest. Like, you get 2 packs of 7 sets, I think it is. And that just means like the hits are a lot harder to get.
That's not what it is.
How many is it? It's 2 packs of how many sets?
The online it just says 16 packs from Sword and Shield. I got at least 4 Evolving Skies packs because I opened 4 Evolving Skies.
I think I got 4 Evolving Skies and then 2 4 Evolving Skies? That was 4 Lost Origin.
Well, maybe it was different in some.
I wish they would have done a smaller number of sets and more packs per set.
Yeah. I think the bigger lead here is the fact that there's errors with this product.
And
that is weird.
I'm not going to give them a hard time on that too much because, at least not publicly. I'll do it to Louis privately. But I won't give them too hard of a time with that because literally I've never had this problem with them before. I have never ever received a product from Pokemon with any error before.
Sure, but I expect indie TCGs and stuff like that. A lot of the TCGs we cover here to get this right, I really expect that from
Magic's had a couple problems before.
I know they did. I would call that out too. I think this is a big deal.
It would be to me if they ever made this mistake before. I think this is just a one-off fluke. I'm not worried about it.
It just feels real bad if you're that person that buys the product and opens it and gets the
well, if you bought it from your LGS and they didn't make it right, that LGS should probably not be your LGS anymore.
All right, let's move on.
If you got shorted a pack and they didn't be like, oh shoot, take one from the shelf.
Well, George, this product's not doing well. The LGS can't afford that.
Product's doing fine. LGS's did fine on this product. George is full of crap.
I know.
Other than these 4 products that are above MSRP.
Good point. Thank you, Louis. You've cut through the sarcasm to the statement.
All right,
you did great.
Quick conversation on Cryptic.
We gotta make this quick, baby. So in an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're coming out this week. I want to have a little dialogue about when games like this launch and stores get the product in hand. If you are a store owner or if you're a community champion, which we've advocated a lot. Shout out, by the way, to Legions. Really cool interaction here with Legions. Legions Realms were a game that I've shared on the channel a couple times and love. Super fun game. They have a new community champion program. Yes, George.
Smartest program from a new TCG ever.
Yeah. Super cool. Where you can become a community champion and then get rewarded from Legions for encouraging play at your local game store. And so essentially it's doing what stores should be doing, is championing somebody to be like, hey, lead this and here's some reward for that. And they're doing it from a game creator perspective. And so I think that's really super cool.
I think, yeah. That's a brilliant program. I'm actually torn between that and picking up the Patreon for Genesis at your LGS, get an extra promo. Those are the two that stand out to me. It's
man, Canada just all over it, man.
What's going on with this? Come on, America. Tanner, you're the great American hope. All right, Tanner?
No pressure.
No pressure. But if you want us to have freedom, Tanner, you need to win.
Wow.
Don't at me. Wow, no pressure. No pressure. Do you like communism?
With Cryptic launching this week and stores receiving product, I want to have a conversation if you are giving somebody the right to be a champion in your store to do this, or if you're a store owner, how do you introduce new people to Cryptic?
So this is where it's tough for stores. And I'll tell you how I've done it for every game I've ever carried. You got to bribe them. No, I think Cryptic's great. Do you know how people have come to my store and said, hey, man, do you carry Cryptic?
Yeah.
0. The same number they've asked me, hey, man, do you carry Genesis?
Right.
Do you carry any new TCG? So what you got to do, if you want to get serious about new TCG, it's going to cost you some money. I tell people, come learn this game, and I'm going to bring in some pizza on my dime, and I'm going to buy your Magic draft. Your Magic draft tonight is on me if you come in first and learn Cryptic.
I think that's a great point. I think you're definitely targeting those audiences that already played TCGs, and bonus points if you have a community that maybe already plays an indie TCG or two. You've got people comfortable with kind of getting familiar with a new game or something like that.
So I do think that's where it gets hard for a store like mine, because I'm not going to ask somebody who's playing Genesis to
that's
move
true.
Over to
That's
that
true.
Feels scummy to me.
Yeah.
But I have no problem stealing people from Magic. So I'll say hey,
friend of Mark Rosewater, by the way.
I would never do. I'll buy your Genesis draft, because that feels bad for a Sid who's a friend. And I would never do it to Tanner either.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will certainly say I'll buy your Magic draft. Come eat some pizza and learn the game. It's on me. Here's a free deck. Here's a free draft. We're gonna have some fun with it. Let's sit down and play.
Yeah. And I think Cryptic does a really good job of this with we've talked about these a lot of time, but like the booster decks, where like that free product that you're giving for that doesn't cost you opening up an entire booster box. It doesn't cost you a lot. It costs you a product that you can then, just give without feeling really not bad as a store owner, but like hitting your wallet heavy. It's one product that you can give people that they can hop in and play, and then you can pay for the draft and stuff like that. So
it's available at distro. Like the booster decks are available at distro. They're available. The booster boxes are too. Like everything you need is ready for you. Tanner's ahead of that game. Like Tanner gets that stuff.
It's all about building a positive culture. We've all been to game stores too, where it's like the indie TCG culture is not thriving, right? People who come in and talk about another game are constantly maybe bashed or talked down on because it's not as good as Magic or Pokemon or the main game at that store is. I think you do have to have a culture that's accepting, right? You can present something and say, hey, we're going to try this. It's going to be exciting. Let me know what you think. And people aren't instantly going into it with a mindset of negativity. I think having that environment and cultivating that environment is going to help you push some of these great games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't have that, like, if you don't have that, like, I don't know why you're carrying a game like this. Like, and I don't know, and that's true for any of these new games. Like, listen, like most of these big stores, you know what they carry? Magic and Pokemon.
Yeah, and
like, and there's a reason for that.
You have to put in effort. Like you've said it a million times, George. It takes effort.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and I think a lot of these new games, I think Tanner gets it probably more than most.
USA.
They don't understand how hard it is to build a community. Around a new TCG. It doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't happen overnight. And I'll be blunt. There are some nights I lay awake wondering, like, the hell's the point of this? Then like you talk to Tanner, you talk to a Sid, and you're like, damn, like that's why. It's like their game deserves to see the light of day.
It's for the people. And it's for the community.
And I can help that.
It's why I love sharing games like Rise. Like I think the idea, and we had this argument a long time ago, George, the idea that any of these oh my God, I love it. Any of these new TCGs will overtake Magic.
Yeah, that's dead.
Like, then I was right. Because that was your...
Absolutely.
That was
absolutely
your
you were right.
metric.
Absolutely, you were right about that.
Yeah.
That dream is totally dead.
Gosh, that feels good to hear on the podcast. I've heard that privately, but never on the podcast. I think like
you've also never heard that privately. Continue.
The idea of a TCG overtaking Magic. We're seeing this right now. Everyone's pissed at Magic, yet it still sells out. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a great point, Louis.
Shout out, George. Great point.
That's a great point, Louis. I never thought of that.
Like my Magic event this week will fire any other TCG event that I play. It's like, is it ever? Are we gonna get 3 people here to play? Like it.
So I don't want to get into it. Yeah,
but like I think these new games have a place because people can get into them and really enjoy it. They can be a great second experience for people, and that's a huge win. That's a massive win. Being a second game for somebody, like when you don't want to play Magic, when you want to just hang out and play, jam some games, is a great win. And then on top of that, when these games do a big tournaments and events, it gives people a place to go to form the larger community as well, which we've seen with other games. We've seen it with MetaZoo. We've seen it with Flesh and Blood. We saw it with all these other games and these things that I think is a huge win. So
you hit the nail on the head. It's about being that second TCG. And this notion, I think, is finally dead that you can play one card game, right? And we've said this on the podcast before. I've made this point. That's what these creators should be aiming for, right? You have a bunch of people, you have millions of people ingratiated into the TCG space that are familiar with the idea of buying packs of cardboards, putting them in sleeves to play, or putting them in binders to collect. You already have an audience that's used to like that. Now, whatever your spice is, that's your own thing, but that should be your target. Like George says, join my game and I'll buy your Magic draft. Play in between rounds, and if you finish a game, tell me about it and I'll give you a free promo or whatever it is, right? I think that's their target audience, and games that are going after that are going to see more success than games that are trying to beat Magic.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, they're not going to beat Magic. None of these games are going to be none of these games are going to be close. And I say this as somebody who genuinely loves some of the new games.
Yeah.
That's over. And some of these games had their chance and they didn't take it. They blew it.
I saw people talking about this as sorcery this week. And I was like, I don't even think that's sorcery's goal. I don't think
that's not Sorcery's goal.
Like, I don't think Eric's out there being like, you know what I want to do is dethrone Magic the Gathering. No, I think he's like, I want to create a community and a culture, and that is when I see games like that are going for that, like I'm all for it. But.
You know what I want to do is I want to dunk on LeBron James, but it's not happening. Like, that's great.
You're tall enough.
Yeah,
and he's like the fourth best player, so that's not that hard.
All right, wrapping it up.
Best player. That's pretty good.
Wrapping up.
Shout out to Jordan, the GOAT, and Dennis Rodman, the other GOAT.
LeBron James is so much better than Jordan. I'm just joking. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one. All right.
Wow, comment section going.
Wow, you offended me.
I don't believe that one. I grew up next to LeBron James. Same area. Our schools didn't play against each other. But
I was saying, what are you two doing? That mean?
Like you grew up in the same state?
Like he was in Akron, I was in Canton. It's like 10-minute drive.
Yeah. And you both left Cleveland.
I went to one of his basketball
Where did you
games.
take your talents?
Huh?
You took your talents to West Virginia. He took his to Miami. It's a little bit different.
The only place that would take him.
Salem. Salem event.
No, he's washed up.
Salem release event was shout out to Arts. I was getting the play-by-play from Arts in a group chat. He had a blast and a good time. Seems like it won
some money at the casino.
Ooh. Did he? I didn't see that.
34 cents.
Let's go.
It seems like everybody who went had a pretty good time.
Everyone had a great time.
Yeah.
Everyone had a blast, it looks like.
Really cool promos. One of the things I love about these events is you always see pictures of people like at the bar interacting with the MetaZoo team. And I think that's a really cool interaction where like you get to see the people that you met on Discord and that kind of stuff. So shout out for the event like that.
My favorite MetaZoo memory by a mile is when you stood me up the first time, by the way, was when I went down to MegaCon with everybody from your Discord when you told everybody you were going to be there the first time. Yeah. And we all went out with the entire MetaZoo team. It's cool. Like that's
pretty cool.
They're like that. Like, and it was funny because like back then nobody cared.
Yeah. Like
they were dudes. Like, you know, they were just like, and I remember I talked to Poncho about this, and I talked to Isaac, who I love. Isaac is amazing. And I said, like, enjoy this. Like, there's going to come a time soon when, like,
you can't do this.
You're going to get recognized.
Yeah.
And, like, it was funny. I saw him at a con a couple months later, and, like, everything was different. There was a line 10 miles long for him to sign stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, we went out for dinner still, but, like, he got, you know, he had to sign a card at dinner for people, like, and it was just like it had changed a little bit. And you know, like I was there early on some of these other games too, and like those will always be my favorite memories for the games is when like nobody cared about them. It's a lot more wholesome and fun versus when they get, you know, they're too cool for me.
you get to have that chance to have that tight knit, like you've talked online and maybe this is the first time you're meeting in person, or you're someone like me who's never owned an LGS. You don't do that, and you're having dinner, you're having a drink with the guy who created the game you traveled to this thing for, or something. Like those moments are just they're unforgettable.
Yeah.
I mean that might be my favorite TCG memory.
That's cool.
Mine's meeting Louis.
That was fun.
Meeting Louis.
My favorite is that vlog where I met you and I didn't show your face, and it was just John, the pretty version of you.
It was just my chest, from my chest down.
I think events like this show the importance of events like this. Whenever you see it, and like the ingrained culture of events like this, this is where I think it'd be really good for them to have a further out event schedule. Like they kind of announce
events like this.
Yeah, name of the podcast. Events like this. They kind of
announced. It's not good for the algorithm, and I know that.
Yeah, it won't be.
You're all in on the algorithm now.
You are all in on the algorithm. The number of texts we get about the title of this podcast.
Listen, baby.
God,
you're welcome. Someone's got to do the work of creating the YouTube channel. You're welcome.
I carry the podcast. You can come up with a stupid title.
You're welcome. Both of you.
Work
you're welcome.
together like a joint snake. We all provide our own little piece.
God, that was terrible.
That was awful.
That was awful.
It was awful. Why do you make me agree with Louis, Josh? You're like the only one who's ever been able to accomplish that goal.
Only in the MetaZoo section. Only in the MetaZoo section.
I was about to say, for the last 5 minutes of the podcast, you're on Louis' side.
All right. I would like to see MetaZoo come out with an event schedule for next year before the end of the year. Like right now, what we know is like we don't know if they're doing Collecticons anymore. There was like this.
That's the rumor. That's the rumor.
That's
weird,
really
a weird statement about that. So I would like to know more about that kind of stuff. And then like when is the next big TCG tournament? Like wasn't there supposed to be like what was the next one supposed to be, George? You remember? Like $1.2 million or something like that. $1.25 million. Like I want to know when that is because people need to start planning. You know what I mean? Like people need to start.
I think he floated New York Comic Con.
Didn't that already happen?
Not next year's New York Comic Con. Next year's New York Comic Con is next year.
Gotcha.
Checks out. That checks out.
I'd like to start seeing some more of that stuff just so people can plan it. Like I always feel like sometimes these big events happen and there's like, oh, like it's in a month. It's in not just for MetaZoo, but in all the TCGs. Yeah. It's in 2 months. Like I need 6 months to plan an event.
Yeah, hey man, these TCGs all need to get on the same page of this. They need to realize they're marketing to people that can't just drop everything and travel across the country, no matter how rabid of fans we are. So I'm all on board. If we're going to plan event schedules out in advance, I am all on board on that concept. Give me all of that.
Salem promos look really cool. I want one of the city ones. I'm a big fan of Salem. My stepsister lives there.
Did you go to the event?
She did not. I think you had to get the tickets and stuff like that. Anyway, we done? Is that what we're doing?
Cool. That's what I just opened for my MetaZoo packs.
Congrats, buddy.
Thanks, man.
What's the second to last one?
Oh,
the Metal Man of Alabama.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching the podcast.
We didn't get the best card.
Mothman?
The mess from Goose Creek.
No. That's not.
I just want to keep interrupting Louis' outro. If we could do that, George.
Go ahead. It's going to happen whenever you go. I want
to make sure the people around you may be with you. Okay, bye.
What do you think about that person?
Because the people around you may be with you. Bye. Everyone, remember to be kind to the people around you.
Hey, Josh, what are you doing after the podcast?
I don't know. You want to hang out, George?
Yeah, man. Be with everyone.
Do you want to buy this Eyeball Madness card from me?
That'd be awesome.
I'll sell it to you.
Great.
You know what? I'll just give it to you.
That's sweet, man. Thank you. You grade it.
This is why everybody hates our podcast.
Everybody loves our podcast.
May the zoo be with you.
I don't know if that's true. I don't read the comments.
No, hold on, George. You keep screwing it up. You ostracize him for screwing it up. He has said may the zoo be with you 3 times.
1.
You screw it up.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.